I started my Pokemon journey today. I chose a Charmander as my starter because I'm a crusty old Gen 1er. My first step was to punch some trees, as is the ancient tradition of Minecraft. My first priority was to create the tools I would need to survive the harsh conditions that awaited me. I needed to travel through this forest in order to find my first Pokemon gym. I battled my first Pokemon, a Pidgey. It dropped raw chicken. Was it carrying the chicken, or does Pidgey taste like chicken? Either way, that Pokemon could have been one of my best friends if I had had any Pokeballs. Now it is simply dinner. I needed to reach higher ground to find a town, so it was time to play Skyrim Simulator. Upon reaching the highest point, I saw on the horizon a crumbling tower. I don't know what it is, I don't know what it was, or what creatures must roam its halls. But I figured there'd be some sweet loot in there, so I began in its direction. And I learned to swim, which was handy. When I reached the base of the tower, I saw that it was protected by powerful Pokemon. I thought to myself, I must use the utmost caution to traverse this dungeon, and was immediately attacked by its defenders. Running away was the clear tactical choice in this situation, until finally a stupid haunter knocked my Charmander out. I had no recourse, but at least I found a cool TM. And then I jumped off the side of the tower into a puddle and was totally fine. I noticed a nearby cave and knew that I would need materials that could only be found within. I was looking for iron ore so that I could turn it into tools, as well as Pokeball bases once I had found a town. It was uneventful, but I did find the materials that I needed. When I emerged from the darkness, I again sought high ground to orient myself and to see if I was any closer to finding a town. I was not, so I continued my journey. I needed to find a way to revive my companion, Charmander. She was one of my precious few ways of generating food, and I was hungry. Cold, hungry, and alone, I made my way through the forest, until I remembered that I had a bunch of mushrooms, and I made myself some soup. So take that, cooking channel! I wanted to battle some of the bugs around me. They're a great source of string and of wool. String to make fishing poles, which I could use to generate some food, and the wool to make a bed so that I could heal my Pokemon. But Charmander had yet to regain consciousness. And then I saw it. A poorly lit torch in the distance. At first, I thought it was a trick of the light, or my shader pack. An illusion. But as I drew nearer, I saw the faint outline of buildings and more torches. I had found my first town. My first priority was to rob them blind of all their food and other natural resources, obviously. Dawn was breaking, and the villagers would soon return to their fields and see the famine that awaited them. So, I healed my Charmander in their poorly placed Pokemon Center. Like, seriously, who designed this place? Skyrim Simulator 2.0! Thanks, Nurse John. I also decided to steal some parts of their Poke Center. I could use the wool to make myself a bed and heal my Pokemon in the wilderness. While atop their roof, I saw another town in the distance, and so naturally I decided to raid them next. I battled some random Pokemon that dared to cross my path. Again, Nidoran dropped some rabbit meat, so questions from the Pidgey incident returned to my mind. In this new town I had hoped to find a gym. I needed to test my mettle against worthy foes, but as I approached I saw nothing. Once again, I liberated them of their tools and resources. Come to think of it, I've never actually seen these people eat. I wonder if it's just some sort of decoration for them. I climbed once again to the highest peak, searching for a gym, for my challenge, for progress, and saw no signs of human life. But my instincts told me that the areas before me held potential, and so I ran. It didn't take long. Directly before me stood a massive monolith to Pokemon strength, and I found a Pokeball. I drew near, tired and weary. It was a water gym, beautiful and full of the greatest challenges that I'd yet to encounter. I knew this place would mean my death if I was foolish enough to attack them now. And so I decided to prepare myself in this place. I would live among them, build up my resources, trade my Pokemon, and then burn it all to the ground. I also caught a Growlithe because, they're awesome. Soon, Water Gym, you will feel the eternal wrath of Growlithe and Charmander Flame. Join us in our next episode, where we establish a temporary base of operation, capture some new Pokemon, and take on our first gym challenge.